Hi everyone, and welcome back as I continue my reviews of Blake 7's Season 3 with the final episode of Season 3, Terminal. Avon has the flight deck to himself. He's acting very covertly because Avon has been following a trail of breadcrumbs, and he won't let on about this at all to the rest of the crew. Basically tells them to get off the flight deck, and so they do. Tarrant takes on Avon about this. Avon just says, "Look, I will reveal all in due course, just leave me alone." So Tarrant departs. And Avon does reveal later on. He gives up the flight deck to the rest of the crew. They start asking questions to Zen. Zen says, "No, can't answer that XYZ because of Avon security codes." And then Zen detects a phenomenon in space, something odd. Zen does not like the look of it, and he'd rather take the Liberator around it. But Avon says, "No, we are going through it. Whatever it is, we are going through it. We are not going to deviate from the flight path." And so they do. They go through it. And they come out the other side, and they arrive at what looks like a very peculiar looking planet called Terminal. It's an artificial planet, man-made, and this is where the breadcrumbs have led Avon, and that is where Avon must go. He must teleport down. So he tells them various things about they can have control of the Liberator when he's gone. "Don't follow me or I'll shoot you," and so on. So basically, he's still being covert. And unfortunately, the Liberator has picked up something nasty on its hull. Very, very nasty. So, Avon issues his final instructions, you could say, if all goes wrong, and he teleports down. But Tarrant and Callie decide, you're not going down, mate, on your own. We're going to follow you at a discreet distance. They see two beings who are observing Avon at a distance. So who's spying on who? Meanwhile, the substance on the outside of the hull of the Liberator has spread dramatically. Zen's repair circuits cannot keep up with the spread of whatever it is that is engulfing the Liberator. And it's using vast amounts of energy, as detected by Villa when he also probes Zen with Dana's help. They try to stop whatever it is, but they cannot. Meanwhile, back down on the planet, Avon is following more breadcrumbs that lead him to a device that takes him to this structure, which then lets him inside. He's been pursued, obviously, by Callie and Tarrant. They're observing the aliens are following Avon. Avon's now gone into inside the structure, but the two aliens have been attacked by Lynx, a very aggressive life form, and killed. Callie and Tarrant do gain access to the structure with a pass card that one of them was carrying. Meanwhile, Avon has made a discovery, a teleport bracelet, and he discovers something else, and it looks like the breadcrumbs were correct for Avon, because Avon has been on the trail of a certain person, that person being Blake. Avon is promptly captured and knocked out and subjected to a device implanting memories into him. So from this point onwards, nothing is real. And so Avon thinks he's in a cell. He gets out of his cell, he's walking around, and he walks into a room and he comes face to face, which he assumes is Blake, alive on a life support machine, having this conversation that Blake has made an incredible discovery that will make them all rich. And Blake needs Avon's help. And Avon, after the conversation, departs. He's back on the floor where he was knocked out because they're keeping everything, the continuity correct. So they wake him up and he's taken into a room, and behold, who is in that room? Yes, President Servalan. The whole thing was an operation by Servalan to bait Avon to coming to Terminal because she wants the Liberator, because she believes she can build a whole fleet of them. Meanwhile, Tarrant and Callie finally contact the Liberator, and they are told by Dana things have got a lot worse on the Liberator. The Liberator, in fact, is dying. It's falling apart. It's been eaten inside out. It's over. The Liberator is history, and it's on its way out. And basically, yep, that's what's going to happen. And even Villa, standing there, having a conversation with Zen, well, sort of a conversation, realises it. And he says, Zen is dying. Meanwhile, back on Terminal, Callie and Tarrant have been captured by Servalan's associates. She spins the yarn to Avon about this and that, and basically she's just telling Avon a pack of lies, and eventually she reveals the truth to him to a point. So Servalan and co get teleported up to the Liberator, and well, they don't seem to observe what's going on up there. The whole place is a mess, which is very unusual. And Dana is teleported down, and so's Villa, not before he gets his hands on Ulrak. Crafty move there by Villa, and also a very good move by Villa. So, Servalan's on the deck. Maximum power! Let's go for it! And of course, the inevitable happens. The Liberator starts to break up and disintegrate. Servalan makes a mad dash to the teleport section just before the destruction of the Liberator. The Liberator and Zen have now passed into history. For Avon and crew, they are stranded on Terminus because basically Servalan lied to them as usual, never telling the whole truth. So there they are, stuck as they watch the destruction of the Liberator. But after its destruction, they walk away, and the last shot goes to Avon smiling. And so ends the end of the episode and season 3. Now, my final thoughts. Right, my final thoughts. Well, here we are at the very end. I do have a little niggle at this episode. How come it takes Dana and Villa so long to see the gunk that's appearing to seep into the interior of the Liberator? There are areas where they seem to just miss visually until they actually see a load of it. And the same applies to Servalan and co when they teleport up to the Liberator at the end of the episode. Are you telling me you can't see this mess? I find that quite I don't know how to put it in words. But apart from that, it is a sad episode in the terms of the destruction of the Liberator and the end of Zen. there's some really good scenes in it, you know, with Zen saying, "I have failed you." And the scene with Villa, as I already pointed out, he's saying, "Zen is dying, he's dying." I like them. They're very good scenes, they are. Overall, yeah, the episode is a good episode. Obviously, Avon was thoroughly tricked by Servalan, but neither side realised the consequences of what was going to happen because of this space phenomenon being on the flight path. And Avon given the order, we go through it, not round it, through it. And of course, that resulted in the destruction of the Liberator. So, yeah, it's a bit of an odd story. It's good. It does leave it all up in the air. The Liberator's gone. Is Servalan gone? We don't know. But we know that the crew are stranded on this planet. And it looks like their chances of getting off are not very good. So, yeah, that's where Season 3 ends. I enjoyed it. So, moving on. Well, Season 4... Oh dear. Where do I begin? Well, I'm going to be very blunt here. I won't be reviewing many episodes of Season 4. I'm reviewing the first two, and then there's another one a bit further down the line, and the last episode. And that's all to come in due course. And then on that note, have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.